Klein from Soy Fire Candle. We're standing behind the official RSN Live table that we have piled high. When Mike comes, he piles high stuff. So let's talk about some of the stuff we piled high.
Well, we have so many new exciting gift things at Soy Fire. I just had to bring it, come and show off some of them. And of course, I'm following Colby, and he's a tough act to follow.
He is.
You know, we should do the little primer on soy candles because a couple of your viewers might not know about soy candles yet, but they will in a minute.
They will in a minute. So
regular candles that most folks are familiar with look like this when you burn them. We call this brand Y. This is they get all nasty black soot all around the outside of them. And when the soy candle is finished burning, this stays nice and clean all around the edge of the candle because they use soy wax instead of petroleum wax. So they burn cleaner. We don't have the 11 toxins in them. They actually cost a few dollars less than the popular petroleum candles. And we're supporting American farmers instead of OPEC.
We can like that.
So that's why we love the bean pod. We find to be our favorite, most people's favorite. It's by far and away the #1 soy candle. So that's all we carry at Soy Fire Candle. So that's our story about the candles. We have all 60-some fragrances. The holiday fragrances are in stock. Our fragrance of the month is hot apple cider.
That's a nice one. I like that.
Right.
And then we have brand new, a couple weeks ago, these have been so hot, we've been getting so many more in and in. This is our new gift line, and it comes from, well, they all carry tea lights. That's all they burn, which is so easy. And tea lights are so popular. Tea lights are the smallest little candles, the little 1-inch round candles.
And you can get them in soy.
Of course, we have them in all the fragrances, and they just sit right on top of each of these beautiful terracotta pieces with their little hammered copper lids that go on top, and each has a different sentiment on it. This one is a mother's love, I think. We have a family comes in the round one as well, and here's one, the believe, and there's everything from get well to happy home warming, housewarming type of things, bless this house messages, best friend. But look at the packaging on this. What's so nice about this gift line is the package is, well, first of all, it makes it look, you really know how to give a gift. It's so well packaged and decorated. And when you open the boxes, like this one here, this one says friend on it, and a little message, and it comes with a little picture frame and the little tea light holder candle on the other side, and it comes in this neat little hinged box. There we are. Isn't that beautiful packaging?
That's very cool.
Now wait till you get a load of this one. This is my favorite. When I want to get one of these, I'm going to give myself one of these.
Well, we're highlighting
just for
this
fun.
one right now again. That does look nice.
Isn't that great? Now this little guy here, I don't know if the camera can show this. You unsnap the top, and it opens up with this butterfly box.
Wow.
And you see, it just says, is that not the most beautiful box you've ever given or received as a gift?
There we go. Look at that. I like the box itself.
I'm telling you, that's a presentation.
You could give me the box and I'd be happy.
Well, good. There you go. Merry Christmas.
Well, thanks so much.
So that's the,
cool.
Yeah, isn't that great? So there's probably, I'm going to say about 24 pieces, and the best way, these all range from about $15 to $22, I think, for the largest, most expensive one, and that includes the free box that you can regift.
And for people like me who don't wrap, it's a very handy thing.
You're done. It'll be the most nicely wrapped box you've ever given. So that's most of the line there. We have 2 full tables of different sentiments on there, and honestly, just about every nice thing you could think about wanting to convey to a person, you could do it with one of these candles.
You can find on a candle.
Yes.
Now you're also doing, speaking of a good opportunity to come and see this is on Thursday. Well, you can go anytime, of course.
Well, yes, if you're here for the weekend, you pretty much know to come today or tomorrow.
But if not, you can go on Thursday for the
North Conway Public Library.
North Conway Public Library fundraiser.
Yeah.
And with all these great things, and that's a great social event too, so you're helping the library and seeing all the great things. But this is all there right now, down there, Soy Fire Candle.
It's there right now.
Except for these ones.
We're all stocked up for a big shopping weekend, and we're in the Red Barn Outlet Center, for anyone that doesn't know about that, in there with Corning and Socks Galore, and just this side of Dunkin' Donuts, and this side being north of Dunkin' Donuts. We've also added a new gift. We've turned our corner room into a gift basket room. So we've got a whole line of new things already for those of you that are challenged or gift wrapping impaired. Pre-wrapped little gift baskets of things in a more traditional presentation. So we've got a lot of that going on. We've just really stocked up. This is our big shopping weekend. This weekend is always our traditional kickoff to the holiday shopping season in the Valley, and we are totally ready at Soyfire.
Now, one of the things, I went on your website this morning on Soyfire.
Oh, get a life. What time this morning were you on?
I was at 6:45 this morning. You know, I was there on the Soyfire Candle website. And one of the things, I went to candle burning tips. Because that's the thing. The other day, I lit my Soyfire candles. I had a couple Soyfire candles. And one of them I lit and I burned across, as you had said I should do.
You let it melt all the way to the outside edge of the candle before extinguishing.
And then the next couple times I did that, it then is burning down the candle. Another one I burned, as you said, tunneling, I think it was.
Yeah, you didn't burn it long enough.
Not long enough.
You burn it for an hour.
Nancy did that, yeah.
Oh, it's Nancy's fault.
And so it just kind of tunneled down. But I learned that the last time you were here. And one of the, so you guys are knowledgeable about candles
There's lots to learn about candles. And what Rob is talking about here, if you burn this candle for several hours, the first time you burn it and let it melt, the melt pool, you want it to reach all the way across the top of the surface of the candle to get it to melt all the way out. If the first time you burn it for an hour and it gets a 1-inch melt pool, and then you extinguish the candle, the next time you burn it, that wax has a memory, and it holds a grudge, and it's going to not want to melt out beyond that 1 inch, and it's going to continue to melt the tunnel right down through the middle of the candle, and you think the candle's faulty, and it's really just Nancy's fault.
So I didn't say that. Yeah.
And this is true of all wax. That's not indicative just of soy wax. In fact, the soy wax has a lower melting temperature, so it actually performs a little better quicker, statistically than a petroleum candle. But with all candles, you want to burn them all the way across. So if you only have an hour to burn a candle, burn a tea light or a votive. Don't burn the big jar candles. I like to burn these all evening, pretty much from supper time to bedtime. But while we're talking about those tips, we also brought along a pillar candle. And with pillar candles, these are very popular at this time of the year because so many people have candle holders or centerpieces that these work on.
Right.
And with pillar candles, there's a lot of tricks to that. Sometimes if you have a blowout and wax goes all over your table, you're not happy. So we can talk to you about how to avoid that. These are supposed to tunnel because they become their own container. They're not supposed to melt all the way across the top.
Right. Because
that would make a mess, wouldn't it? So these are hardened on the outside you want to burn a tunnel right down the middle, but you don't want to let that tunnel get too deep, or it becomes a chimney and it builds up too much heat inside and can melt a hole through the side, and then you have this leakage. I've seen that happen. I've made that happen. And to avoid that, we simply take a paring knife in the kitchen and trim this thing down like a vegetable. It is a vegetable. And this is, our pillars are made out of a combination of vegetable wax and soy wax, because soy is too soft to wax to hold its own shape like this otherwise. So, but we have lots of tips on that. And of course, you can take your extra, because there's a lot of waste in pillars. Take that extra and throw it on your tart warmer. Works the same as buying a tart. Of course, your tart warmers, we have beads instead of tarts. And there are lots of great reasons on why we have beads and recipes. We have little books of recipe books that tells you which fragrances to burn together or to mix together with your beads and make your own.
Cool.
So that's a lot of fun.
So there's a lot of things you can find out there at Soyfire.
A lot. And dinner table candles, taper candles are very popular also during the holiday season. We have dripless taper candles that burn about an hour an inch. So our 10-inch candle gets you 10 hours of burn time, and completely dripless. They're unscented, but in all the different colors. So there's just a lot to learn about there. We have little candle quenchers, and why you would want to quench instead of blowing out your candle, because you blow out your candle.
I do. You get smoke.
You get smoke. It sits and smolders. We've done this before on RSN. I didn't light any this morning, but if we had a burning one and a
non-burning one.
Well, if we had two burning ones, if we blow one out, you'll see it sit and smolder, and you get the little red glow on the wick, and it's put smoke off in your house. And if you don't like the smell of smoke, you've just burned this beautiful scented candle, and now you're going to turn that scent of your room into the scent of smoke by blowing out your candle. And if you quench it with these neat little tongs, which you also work on an itty-bitty grill.
Yeah, little tiny hot dogs.
So if you quench the candle with this, that it completely extinguishes the candle, and you don't have any smoke or smoldering going on. And at the same time, if you trim your wick, this trims the wick all it needs to be trimmed. Just by the art of squeezing, it's going to break off that mushroom head on the top of the bigger wicks that you would want to trim. And most people do over trim their wicks. And really, I mean, if you're a candle blower outer, instead of a snuffer. If you blow it out, you probably never have to trim our wicks. They really, there's so much science that goes into wick technology that they stay pretty much the right size, especially in the smaller candles. You just don't have to worry about it at all. And in fact, they're now self-extinguishing. When you know, all the directions on candles say not to burn below the bottom quarter inch to half an inch or so, and these wicks are made to be non-flammable in that last half inch or so that the candles will self-extinguish so that they don't burn all the way out and create way too much heat on the glass and cause the glass to break, etc., at the very bottom of the candle.
So you can find out all of this information down there at Soyfire Candle.
In case you weren't paying attention.
That's right, in the Red Barn outlet. And Mike, want to thank you for joining us. I'm sure we'll see you again because we are coming up to